So I asked a question for my son yesterday that completely leveled him. This was a Sunday, and I looked at him at his eyes. I'm like, okay, this question really hits you. And it was intentional because the last couple months I've been watching, I watch all of them to see what's going on. My daughter the other day, early in the morning, I'm doing Manek, and she comes in and she's in basketball camp, and I said, so babe, how was basketball camp yesterday? Daddy, I didn't watch any movies, but I was just dribbling. How come you didn't shoot any baskets? And then she starts crying. I said, what are you crying for? You've never taught me how to shoot baskets. You've only taught Tico and Dylan, but you haven't taught me. That's why I never shoot. I don't know if I can shoot or not. Oh my God. I'm like, give me a freaking break. So I said, babe, let's go outside. So I go outside and she starts shooting. I said, you got one more. You got to shoot, but one more. And then she makes 4 in a row. Then she goes to the camp that day and she makes 30 shots that day. Comes home bragging, Dad, you won't believe it. I made 30 shots today. It was so awesome. And she's just bragging. I'm so proud of her. And I'm looking at myself as a dad. I'm like, okay, each of these kids, I'm working in a different area. One, I got to build the confidence. The other one is this. But one of my kids, I get a sense he's drifting. And what I mean by that is he's just kind of letting life go week by week by week. And my wife and I were out of town, our anniversary in 3 weeks, but we go early because our youngest daughter is born on our anniversary. So this was the only weekend for us to go away. We go to this place and check on my sons in the morning, Sunday morning. And my dad's going to church. I says, so hey, let me talk to my son. And he says, oh, he's not with me. I said, why not? Are you going to church? He says, I am. I said, how come he's not with you? He says, he doesn't want to go. I said, why not? He says, he doesn't feel like it. I said, he doesn't what? Feel like it. Huh? I call him, FaceTime. Hey, any reason why you're not in the car with Papa going to church? Daddy, because I didn't feel like it. I said, feel like it? He said, yes. I said, you tell me you got big dreams. He says, I do. I said, you think you're going to do something big with your life because you don't feel like it? Feel like it? Yes. And I'm on the phone with him for 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I got to come home and have a conversation with this guy because 2 weeks prior to that, not even 2 weeks, a week prior to that, Memorial Day, I take my kids to the cemetery for Lauderdale, and we're going around dropping gifts to people that shopped, and I'm surprising people that bought locally from us. And we're at this Fort Lauderdale Cemetery Memorial Day because I want these guys to start being grateful for life and have some kind of a level of urgency in their lives. And there's a video. Mario was recording this. I want you to watch this video. We can watch it together to see what I'm telling my kids because I want them to be thinking about this. Still, I haven't told you what that question is that completely leveled them, but it kind of goes from this video. So let's watch this video here to get you kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to get my kids to be thinking about. This is my 12-year-old Patrick and my 10-year-old Dylan. Watch this.
Question we should all ask when it comes our time and it's our deathbed. What do you think is the question we're going to be asking? What do you think it is? What question will you ask at that time? Is it going to be how much iPad I played? Is it going to be, what is it going to be? Is it how many games I played? What's the question you're going to ask? You know your time is up.
Am I going to go to heaven?
One, most important, am I going to go to heaven? What else are you going to be asking? Did I believe in God? Same thing. What else are you going to be asking? Did my life count? Did I do what I did with the gifts that God gave me? Did I waste my life or did I do something to make the next generation better? You're going to be asking that question. We have a small little slot of time to do something with our lives. But when it gets to that moment, you're going to be asking and say, was I someone that served others? Did I make my God proud, my family proud, my country proud, my heritage proud? Those are the questions we're going to be asking because in no time like this thing goes.
You know what the pandemic did to us? It made many people lonely in America where they did not have somebody to talk to. Numbers came up saying 33% Americans feel lonely. JP Morgan Chase just came out talking about 99% Americans are doing worse today financially than they were 3 years ago. This may be tough times for some people. One of the worst things you can do is not talk to anybody. That's why today's sponsor is BetterHelp. What BetterHelp offers you is the opportunity to connect with over 30,000 licensed therapists who are trained to listen and give you helpful and unbiased advice. One of the great things about BetterHelp is sometimes if you want to go to an office or go meet with a therapist and talk to somebody because you got nobody in your life, you go to an office, you're sitting there, other people are looking at you. What if you run to a coworker, family? It's a little bit embarrassing. BetterHelp, you simply do it on your phone. You talk to somebody. A therapist doesn't work out for you. They'll replace it with somebody else at no cost. And all you have to do to get started is fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and you'll get matched with your therapist in most cases within 48 hours or less. Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to live healthier and happier lives, and all you need to do is click on a link below or go to betterhelp.com/valuetainment to get a 10% discount on your first month of therapy with a licensed professional specific to your needs. My dad used to always say, this part of your hand lies about your age. We all look young like this, but this side doesn't lie, right? You look at this side. If you ever want to know how old somebody is, take their hands and look at it here. You can guess their age because this never lies. Wrinkles, right? So I'm getting these kids to think about this. And then I come home last night and I say, you and I got to have a meeting together, my oldest son. He says, okay. He's always ready. Let's have the meeting. I said, great. So we go to the office. And I said, let me ask you a question. He said, what's that? There's the question that totally leveled him. I said, what's the biggest victory you've ever had in your life? And he says, oh, wow, I don't think I've had one. So how do you feel about that? He says, not good. And then he goes automatically and says, because my brothers had a lot of victories. My sisters had victories. I said, I don't think your sisters had victories yet, but maybe your brothers had it, but I'm not comparing. I'm talking to you. I said, how many victories do you think your dad had at 12 years old? He says, is that a trick question? I said, no, I'm just asking you straight up. He said, how many victories do you think I had at 12 years old? She said, I don't know, Daddy. None? I said, that's right. I had no victories. Nothing. Never played organized anything. I'm in Iran. I'm in Germany, refugee camp. I don't have great grades. Nothing. No one calls me a phenom or anything. I've never won a medal, anything. He says, wow. I said, you know what's the first time I had a victory in my life that actually others said, great job, a victory? What? I was 18 and a half years old. I graduated boot camp in the Army. First time I ever had a victory. I said, you're giving me the vibes of drifting in life the way I did until I joined the Army. He says, what do you mean? I said, look, so make this chart. And I just kind of write it out. I said, let's just say life. You have to have fun, work, service, family, purpose, God, all this stuff I'm writing here. I said, what if your life is a 9 in fun, but a 3 in work, but a 3 in being serious, but a 6 in family, and a 4 in purpose? Did you really live your life properly to, live your purpose? No. I said, what if it's 10 work, 10 serious, 1 fun, 4 family, and 2 purpose? He says, yes. I said, no, because you have to also have fun. He says, okay, I get what you're saying. So it has to be kind of like straight. Everything has to be even. I said, no, that's not it. He says, then what is it? I said, at different ages, something's going to be higher than other, right? But I said, you tell me you got big visions. That I got big visions. I said, then what are we doing? I said, the way you're just going, you're just kind of drifting. You're doing what your daddy did at 12 years old. I said, I didn't have like family around me that could give me direction of books and all that. I said, how come you don't ask me what stuff you want to learn? I want to send you to this. I want to say, you tell me what skills do you want to learn? And then he says, okay, then let's put a plan together. I said, great. Tell me the plan. What do you want to do? He says, well, moving forward, I'm going to train 7 days a week. I said, how about I get you a trainer to work with? No, I don't want to train. I already know my routine. I said, you see, you're not asking for help. He says, okay, I'll take a trainer. How about 2 days a week? I said, no problem. 2 days a week, someone's going to train with you. I said, what skill sets do you want to learn? He said, how about if I learn how to do this? I said, great. So I'm taking him to New York for a 1-week film festival. I'm going to go with him. He says, great. I said, what else? What else? Now he's getting excited about his life. Daddy didn't have anything until 18 years old to celebrate with. I'm a regular guy. I was a drifter. I did, Saturdays, NBA, basketball, RDY, never did homework. Who gives a shit? Just kind of like, boom, years went by. Now, some of you are watching this. You're not 12 years old. You're 42 years old. You're 32 years old. You're 24 years old. How about you? How many years have you drifted? How many months have you drifted? Just goes by. Why? No. That's not right. The purpose of life isn't fun as a number one. Fun is a top 10 for me. It's not a number one. Now, I get it at different ages. Maybe fun is going to be a number one. It's not. The longer I live and the more I'm experiencing life, the less fun is like a top 5 or top 10. It's got to be a part of it because I want to enjoy my company with my kids. So we're always joking, laughing. We watch comedy and all this other stuff because we want to have that, right? But oh my gosh, if you're not too careful in the pursuit of a purpose with a community you're running, where you have camaraderie with them, where you're being challenged, you're being pushed. There's something you're going after where sometimes it's hard, it's challenging, but you come home, you're like, man, I got better today, I got challenged today, and you're not recreating new skill sets, new mindset, new things you're learning about history, stuff that feeds your mind. What are you doing with it? What is this whole thing we're doing? Waste of time. You weren't putting it to just waste your time. You know that already watching this. I know that already saying it to you when I watch myself. No, we didn't have no YouTube. A guy sends me a message the other day saying, I've been watching you since I was 10 years old. I wish there was something like this. There wasn't. That is accessible to people nowadays. But what are you doing yourself watching this? By the way, a person can be worth $1 billion in drift. A person can be worth $100 million. This has got nothing to do with life. I got a call right now I'm having with a guy. He's going through a challenging time in his personal life. You know why? Because he's gambling every night after work is done. Family, wife is asleep. He goes to the casino till 4 or 5 o'clock. What are you doing? You're drifting. You got kids. What is that all about? I can't understand that. But again, drifting is a virus that anybody can catch at any time, just like COVID, just like the flu. You catch drifting because you're around other people that are drifting. You got to kind of look around you with the people that are drifting and say, listen, man, I'm not going to catch the virus of drifting. Waste of time conversations I have with you every time I'm around you. Every time I'm around her, it's deep conversations. Every time I'm around this community, I'm being challenged. Every time I'm around this guy, he challenged the hell out of me. I'm around you, I'm drifting. I don't want to pick that up. I'm done. Cut the fat. And I realize, like this thing goes. My dad's 82 right now. I'm 45. I'm going to be 60 in 15 years. Are you freaking kidding me? In 25 years, I'm 70 years old. Are you serious? 70? 25 away? Like this. Anyways, this was a beautiful moment yesterday with my son and this week with my daughter to realize if you think about yourself as a leader amongst leaders, you have to always be assessing the people that you love around you. If they're going through the drifting side, maybe you need to have this conversation with somebody in your life, or maybe you and I were supposed to have this appointment here today for me to share with you to stop drifting. Your life is worth more than you lollygagging and drifting. Hopefully you can accept this challenge and receive this message. If you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I did this video, the mindset of a grandmaster entrepreneur. Everything's about moving, 5, 10, 15 moves. I did this talk, I don't know how many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. If you've never seen it, click here to watch it. I think you'll get some insight from that talk as well. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye.